What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Gooner channel, a channel 100% dedicated to the Arsenal, who, as we all know, are by far the greatest team the world has ever seen. And treble winners, the best team in the world, came to the Emirates today, and it was Arsenal 1, Manchester City 0. And look, it wasn't a great game, but it was a fantastic result. We all know that Manchester City have been a team we have just been totally unable to beat. We've lost 15 of the last 16 meetings. And all right, we did beat them in the Community Shield with that late equaliser that took us to a penalty shootout, which we managed to win. But today, at last, Mikel Arteta can say that of the 24 Premier League teams he's faced, he has beaten them all. This was a massive result for so many reasons. It took us to the top of the table, joint top of the table with Spurs. It inflicted Pep Guardiola's side's second league defeat in a row for the first time in over 5 years. And, well, we absolutely put our flag in the summit of the Premier League. And when you look at last season, the way that we started, completely unexpected, no pressure on us. We played with verve and style and flair and a fearlessness that came from people not expecting very much of us. And this season has been very different. It hasn't been the same swashbuckling start to the season that we'd all kind of hoped for, particularly after spending the money on Rice and Havertz and Timber and Raya in goal. But this was a match that had so much riding on it, not just for the team, but more so for Mikel Arteta. He was the one who had so much to prove. In the video I did yesterday, I said that in order to win this game, he was going to need to surprise us. And whilst it wasn't the complete surprise that I was hoping for, Raya stayed in goal, Eddie stayed up front. He did just enough in terms of that surprise element. But this season had started to look a little bit like Arteta might be a little bit too arrogant. He has done an incredible job since taking over Arsenal, particularly given this is his first managerial role. He's had to completely transform our side. Out have gone some of the beloved players. He's been ruthless enough to change everything about the club. But over the last few weeks, the doubts had started to creep in because it felt like he might not have learnt the lessons that he really needs to have learned. One of those was what I called in the video the Willian problem, which is bringing a player in and despite it being obvious to everybody that player wasn't quite performing, sticking with him. I'm talking about Kai Havertz. So when he dropped Kai Havertz for the game today and brought Jorginho in, well, that was a surprise that we needed. Where the midfield of Rice and Havertz and Odegaard just hadn't been clicking. Jorginho gave us much needed stability in the heart of that midfield. Gave us a chance to compete. Bringing Jorginho in and dropping Havertz showed us that he was prepared to drop a player that he believed in because it wasn't working. Another key question for Arteta was there a plan B? We all know just how fantastic Saka is for us. But without him, would it be Nelson out wide or Jesus? And today he went for Jesus. And although it wasn't quite what Saka can offer us there, it was definitely enough. He showed that he had another way of playing. By bringing Jorginho in and Declan Rice coming deeper, we were able to narrow down the game and keep Man City's determination to play through the middle at bay. And then there was a question of rotation. Was Arteta too unwilling to rotate players? Well, we saw him not introduce Partey, who clearly isn't 100% fit. Again, the decision to leave Bukayo Saka out and rest him. And Martinelli, well, he was a surprise package. No one expected him to be ready. And maybe he wasn't ready for a full game, but Arteta kept him back. Which takes us to another question. Substitutions. Well, today you have to say that Arteta got them absolutely 100% right. In the face of Pep Guardiola's 3 substitutions, really looking to take the game to us, Arteta made 3 substitutions of his own to add to Martinelli coming on at the start of the second half. Early enough, proactive enough. And what can you say? The goal in the 87th minute came from a long ball from Partey to Tomiyasu, who'd found space to head it down to Kai Havertz. And Kai Havertz laid it off for Martinelli to shoot at goal, and Ake's deflection took it past a despairing Ederson. You can't do better than that. You bring on 4 players and they all come together to score the winning goal in the 87th minute. That is absolutely the top level management that we needed from Arteta. And I don't think he was capable of that a couple of years ago. The other really big question for me that I addressed yesterday was, would we be emotionally ready for this game? They are our bogey team. They're everybody's bogey team. They're not the best team in the world for nothing. And it was conceivable to me that we would go out there too fired up. But with Jorginho in the side, calming things down, with Declan Rice, Rolls-Royce, such an engine, such recovery speed, and playing deeper, not in that 8 position that it would have been tempting to play him in, but the emotions of this game. Although, look, Raya contributed to some flapping, but overall in the first half, I thought it was a calm performance. We pressed high, we man-marked, we kept City at bay, and we saw out the full 90 minutes with a determination that I've not seen from an Arsenal team in so long. Overall, Arteta answered all the questions. You could still be a bit upset that Ramsdale didn't come in for Raya. You could still be a bit frustrated that we don't have the options up front, that we were forced into playing Eddie Nketiah, who really was peripheral in the first half. But overall, Arteta showed that he could keep his side emotionally balanced, that he could make the changes, the correct changes, early enough. I'd still like to have seen Emil Smith-Rowe for his running, but we were able to bring on Martinelli, and however good a progressive ball carrier Emil Smith-Rowe is, Diego Martinelli, is one of the best in the world. And it was his directness and determination and pace that really put the cat amongst the pigeons. We showed we have a plan B when we need to. And we showed something that's more important than all of that, which is that we were prepared to fight today. Arteta has done exactly what great managers do. He's rebuilt the side and he's given us a defensive stability to work on. Zinchenko, who's so often maligned for his defensive capabilities, was outstanding at the back today. But when Doku came on, a player that could so easily have turned the tide, he very quickly acted to bring Tomiyasu on. This was a masterclass. Look, I'm going to do a proper analysis of the tactics of the game and really go into it. But this video is about me tipping my hat to Mikel Arteta, who, when it was absolutely vital that he changed his approach, managed to do that. You have to say, and as I said, I will do a proper tactical analysis of this tomorrow. I'm buzzing, and I can't wait to go into the details of this game. But where was Erling Haaland today? They missed Rodri so much. They missed Kevin De Bruyne so much. But I also feel like they missed Gundogan, that Silva wasn't the player that we've come to know. They missed the outlets of Grealish and Mahrez. They looked second best today. And haven't even talked about the fact that Kovacic shouldn't have been on the pitch, because that would have been frustrating if he had been sent off and we'd won it because of that. Now, we have an international break. Yet another international break we go into off the back of a fantastic, late, exciting winner. Emirates absolutely bouncing. We have a really tough game now against Chelsea because I think Pochettino started to turn them around. And the next 4 league games, they're going to provide a test. But if we can get through a game like this one, who's to say we can't get through all of the other games this season? And now you're going to believe us. Can't wait to hear what you think about this. Drop comments. Let me know how you feel. And if you haven't yet, please do click subscribe. We're so close to 500 subscribers. Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow, as I said, with a full and in-depth analysis of the game. But until then, buzzing. Absolutely love it. These are incredibly exciting times to be an Arsenal fan. Ooh, to be a Gooner. Till I see you tomorrow. Be lucky. Lots of love.